This is the plaintiff, Carmen Azir. She says she rented an apartment from the defendant and there were problems right from the get-go. When she moved in, the defendant still had his stuff in the place. Things were broken, and if that weren't bad enough, there was a door to someone else's apartment in her apartment. That's right, another tenant had to walk right through her place to get to her apartment. She skedaddled lickety-split and is now suing the lying landlord for the $2,200 she's owed. This is the defendant, Neil McMorrow. He says the plaintiff sobbed and begged him to rent her the apartment, so being the nice guy he is, he caved and gave it to her for a good price. Then out of the blue, after a few weeks of living there, she upped and decided to move out with the common courtesy of giving notice. He was dumbfounded. She has some high horse impression he's going to give her her money back, and she can sue him till the cows come home, because he ain't giving her a penny. He's accused of running a flop house.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff rented an apartment that was ridiculous. Another tenant had to go through the plaintiff's apartment in order to get to his apartment. But the defendant says she's got a good price for this thing and she wanted it bad. It's the case of Howdy Neighbor.
Thank you, Douglas.
Welcome in.
Okay, Carmen Azir.
Yes.
You are suing Neil McMorrow, your former landlord, for $2,200. Part of that security deposit, part of that rent that you say he owes you for falsely representing the apartment that you were going to be taking. So tell me what happened.
Okay, about August 24th, I went and looked for an apartment, and I went to his place, and I saw it was a third floor Victorian home. It was furnished, and I had asked him to take the bed out, the mattress out, that I would have my own mattress, and that he would remove the
And how
couch.
much were you going to be paying him rent?
$1,100.
Okay.
And I gave him $1,000 cash and a check before I left to go to Florida. Because
$1,000 cash and a check for how much?
$1,100 cash and $1,100 check. And then I went to Florida, and I came back on the 4th. Then Saturday, I came to him. He still didn't remove the mattress. He still hadn't have anything out of the apartment, but he was supposed to remove.
So what exactly was in there?
There was some clothes in the drawers. He was supposed to get me a 6-drawer dresser.
Okay, but what happens when you walk in and you see that?
I didn't move in at all because there was nothing. He didn't move the mattress out or anything. Then the 15th, I came, and that's when I signed the papers because I had asked him.
After that, you signed?
Yeah, because he told me that he wasn't going to give me the keys to the apartment unless I signed the lease.
I'm sorry. If I have an arrangement with somebody that I'm moving in on the 4th or the 1st, and they're going to do everything by the 4th, and then they haven't,
right?
Why would I on the 15th sign a lease?
Because
obviously he's not removing the bed, he's not removing the stuff, he's not going to remove in with me. I don't have the chest of drawers he promised. I don't have anything that he's promised.
Right.
Why are you signing lease papers on the 15th?
Because
Thank you, Your Honor.
He wouldn't give me.
Don't thank me.
He wouldn't give me the key. He wouldn't give me the keys to the apartment unless I signed the lease because I wanted to move out.
How did you get in on the 4th?
Because they were always home.
Was this a roommate situation?
No, this was an old Victorian home that he had.
And they
the
were
third
living on another floor?
He was living on that 3rd floor, yes, and then he moved down to the 1st floor.
So you pay rent, but you don't get a key?
When I got there on Saturday, he was already there, so I didn't need the key to get in the house.
Watch this. Did she have a key?
As far as I know, yes.
What do you mean, as far as you know, yes?
I'm sure she had a key.
Come on up, whoever you are. I cannot hear you if you're not standing in front of the microphone.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's okay.
My name is Linda. I'm Neil's live-in partner.
Okay.
I had texted her when she was in Florida. She had told me that she was coming on a certain day and a certain time. I waited the whole day. Then finally she said, I'm not coming today. I probably will come tomorrow afternoon.
And the next day you gave her the key?
I don't know if I was there. I think maybe Neil was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So she gets the key, according to you folks,
Yes,
and she moves some stuff in. And when do you first hear that she's unhappy?
And also the other thing, we could not move the bed until our handyman came. So we explained all of this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
and the same thing with the clothes.
Stop. Okay. So let me talk to you. So according to you come in on the 4th, but nothing is done.
Right.
And you're able to get in how again?
They were home.
And it doesn't occur to you to say, yo, I need a key.
Well, yeah. And then he goes, you're not going to get until we fill out the lease.
We fill out the lease.
Right.
Did he have the lease with him?
Not at that moment, no. He didn't have the lease until the 15th.
Why didn't you have the lease until the 15th?
According
Wait,
to me, it's
excuse
September 1.
Let me see the lease.
I didn't sign it to the 15th.
No, go ahead. You can stay where you are. You didn't what?
I
Who's
didn't
the
sign
gentleman
it to
you're
the
looking at
15th.
right now?
This is my witness, is my friend. He came up to the apartment. He was the one that told me also that.
Okay, he smells like lawyer with that suit and tie. Are you a lawyer?
No.
Okay. Okay, you didn't date your signature, and she didn't sign it until the 15th, right? Okay.
Ma'am.
Yep. No, go ahead.
That's when I got the keys, and when I signed the papers, we were sitting on the porch, him and I were talking and everything like that, and there's when he was telling me, yeah, we'll get that mattress out, and I said, okay, because it's getting late. And then a woman came up the stairs.
While you're talking to him?
Yes, while I was talking to him. And he said, oh, that's the woman that lives on the same floor as you. And I went, what woman lives on the same floor as me?
Wait. You're both sitting there. A woman comes up and says and does what?
She said, hi, how are you? Oh, you must be the new, she's a new tenant. I say hello to her. I don't remember her name. I remember a nurse.
Asha, is her name.
Asha?
Asha, yeah.
Asha,
She was,
okay.
and she said, oh, yeah. She goes, I'm on the third floor. I said, are you on the third floor? If I'm on the third floor. She goes, oh, I'll show you how I get there. So she goes through my apartment, through the bathroom, and then you have to go up the stairs, and then you have to come through. And I thought that was my fire escape. And she was like, wait, no, that's my apartment. And I went, what do you mean that's your apartment? And I said, how am I supposed to get out if there's a fire?
Is he still on the porch when all that's happening?
Yes.
So you
and
go
that's
back
what I said
out?
to him. Listen, I don't want to live here. I don't want to move here. And that's when George came the following week to go
And
get my
did
stuff.
you explain to him
Yes,
why?
and he said no. He goes, no, everything's legal, that you're able to get out there.
hold
You got
on.
the keys. You have the keys to that door.
Do you have pictures?
When I
Do you have
signed,
pictures? Anybody
I have pictures.
Hand them over.
the minute I signed the lease, he handed me the keys.
Okay. So what happens on the 15th? You tell him I don't want to
I don't
move
want
in.
this place, and no. And I said, I think you're best to find a new tenant. I don't want to move here.
You tell me about the conversation about that door.
Well, about the door, it opens out to be used as a fire escape. Now,
No. The door is right here, right? So that door opens to something that is a bedroom and
It's a
then to the
bedroom.
fire escape.
It's-
this is rented out to another person?
at the time, it was short-term, a couple
Right. Okay, but we've already discussed that there was some woman named Osha or whatever who was living here who was a nurse.
She's long gone.
Okay, that doesn't matter to me. It matters to me
Fine.
that she met her and that she's walking through her
I-
apartment to get there.
I
and-
orchestrated the meeting because there's a washer and dryer that those two are supposed to share.
Had you told her that?
That's why I asked her to walk around, to meet Asha. And I don't create problems, if people should get to know each other and accept each other. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Right. But what did you
Your
tell her
Honor.
that door was? Did she ever ask you what the door
I
was?
said, in the case of a fire, you can walk right through it.
Is all this legal? Has anybody ever called?
It's fine. It's perfect.
fine. It's fine. Don't worry your pretty little head, Judge.
No,
I doubt it's going to be fine. So Asha can go through the bathroom to go in there, but she doesn't. She climbs up the fire escape?
It's a staircase I built at great expense.
Yeah, so she goes up through the
It's a
back
beautiful
patio.
staircase.
It is a beautiful staircase.
Yeah, thank you.
And she was paying how much?
I think it was 1,000.
1,100.
And it's just the
1,000.
one big room?
Yeah, it's a studio.
Whose
That's
room
the
is
egress,
this?
Your Honor. And
That's the apartment that Carmen had.
Your Honor.
So why do you think she changed her mind?
I don't know.
So if some chick has to go through your apartment to get to her apartment, can you break the lease?
Yes, you're supposed to have like the quiet enjoyment of your apartment. There's no assumption that you're going to have.
Ooh, quiet enjoyment, lawyer words. What do you think?
Well, if you're a guy, I don't think it would be a problem.
Oh, I see. So you're making it sexual. Great. What do you think?
Yeah, I didn't hear that one.
Okay, that's okay. What do you think?
I think absolutely, yes. I wouldn't want to live there.
Do you think you'd legally have a right to break the lease?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm thinking you're right. Going inside the courtroom.
She was having problems at home with her daughters. A lot of drama about her children. She couldn't stand to live with them any longer. They were abusing her mentally.
Where are
I
you
think-
living now?
I'm living in an apartment
With your daughters?
with one daughter.
Okay. Do you have anybody have texts?
I have text.
Let me see.
They start here.
Come on up.
This-
You would raise your hand because you wanted to say something. Come on up. What did you want to say?
Part of her leaving was probably my fault because when I saw, like you said, the secondary egress was located adjacent to a toilet bowl. I thought fire exits are supposed to be unobstructed.
Your Honor, the code is you have to have 36-inch access, and it clears that.
No, I don't know that it clears it. I mean, I can't tell from that photo. But I'll tell you, who can tell is a fire marshal. This is Carmen. Oh my God, we need to talk. I can't do this. I trusted you to have everything done.
Could be.
But on September, so she signs a lease on September 15th, and at 11:18, she texts you, I know it's late, but I'm so hurt I can't sleep. I was talking with Asha. She told me she is on a month, what was it? A month to month? And you didn't like the fact that you were on a year?
No, he told me that he couldn't do a month to month with me.
So why didn't you give me month to month like Asha? Very hurt, very sad winky face. That doesn't sound like someone who's outraged about fire egress and fire codes. That sounds like somebody who's changed their mind, right? But in any event, here's where we are. How much did you keep? You kept $1,100? $2,200. Okay. So now why would you keep the security? Did she damage the place?
The security deposit is based on these invoices from ads that I made to try to re-rent it.
Show me the ads.
I have.
Here, no. Here.
Oh, I keep one. I'm sorry.
And you did sign a 1-year lease, right?
Yes, and I have it canceled.
What do you mean by that?
He canceled my lease as of
Because
October
he said he wouldn't
2012.
bring her to
Here it
court to
goes.
get the year's rent.
Hand me what you're talking about. And that was, he wrote the word canceled across the lease.
Right.
Yes. And he wrote that when?
The beginning of October 1st.
Okay, but you realize that one day in September counts for September. Right. So September's covered.
Right.
Okay, by your September rent.
Right.
The question is, do you get October back? All right. I don't know whether this place is legal. The two places are legal. I don't know what the deal is. But normally people prove to me what a deal is by having evidence that it is illegal.
Oh, I didn't know that I could do that.
Okay. Is the place legal or is the place not legal?
It's legal.
You're not supposed to have that bad back
It's
bed in
fine.
mind.
It's
It's
fine.
fine.
If it's zone 2 family, how can you have 3 families living there?
That's why the back part is not rented now.
But at the time, we
the
all
time-
agree Asha was living there.
There wasn't supposed to be any overlap. She was supposed to leave. She would move in. And that,
Except for that, you're a kind of guy who doesn't want problems, so I want them to meet since they're going to be sharing the washer.
for a very short period.
Okay. If you have a 2-family home, 2 families can live in it. If you are illegally renting it, you cannot look to me to say, I want you to assist me in keeping this money as rent. If you're renting it to her and renting it to her without providing kitchens, bathrooms, and double egress for each place, then you cannot keep a penny of her money for rent. Not a penny of her money for rent. $2,200 verdict for the plaintiff.
Did I get anything back?
No.
Legal or illegal? Big difference. Step right next to me right here, sir,
I don't
please.
really have a comment about it.
Well, after all that testimony and tell
It has nothing
legal.
it's everything is in order, and that's all I'm going to say.
in order.
That's right.
Okay.
It's fine.
If you want to head out, it's that way.
We closed down the apartment in question. It's gone. Nobody
Okay.
lives there.
All right.
So there was a little bit of an overlap, which I explained, and that's all. She doesn't want to.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right, step on in here. You satisfied how this comes out?
Yes, I am. I'm very satisfied. I'm very happy that the judge understood that,
Right.
that he wasn't doing the right thing.
It looked a lot like you just changed your mind also from your text.
Yeah, part of it was the changing of my mind, and he also helped me make sure that, that he said, what are you doing here? Because this is, and God forbid if anything happens to you, Carmen, you're going to get in trouble.
What's wrong with somebody walking through your apartment every now and then, coming through your bathroom and just walking through to get to their, what's wrong with that?
Well, let them, I'll put a toll there. Maybe they'll pay a little bit and I'll get paid for rent.
Harvey? Okay, Kurt. So, look, when you rent an apartment, there are certain reasonable things that you're entitled to. First of all, it has to have a certificate of occupancy. It has to be a legal rental. But beyond that, you have a right. In fact, this gentleman here mentioned quiet enjoyment. You have a right to have reasonable privacy in your dwelling. And if somebody has to walk through your unit to get to their unit, that's not reasonable privacy. It's also not safe. So on those terms, I would think most judges would allow you to legally break the lease.